Hello again. This is Stephen Welsh, President of the International Chiropractic Association, with a very special message. Now, we all know that the chiropractic adjustment helps the immune system, right? Well, actually, it's never been proven because the necessary clinical trials have never been done. Well, we at the ICA want to change that, and you and your patients can help. The ICA has now just launched an online store with special apparel and gifts. All profits will directly fund ICA subluxation-focused research. Now, you can help us by supporting us with both sales and contributions. You can deck out your staff for Casual Fridays with authentic ICA chiropractic t-shirts. Today, through the last day of May, we're offering a special 15% discount. Just use the code MAY15 when you're placing your order. Check below for a direct link to our new online store, or just visit www.chiropractic.org/store. Now, we at the ICA are here for you, but we cannot get this job done alone. We need your help. So please visit our new store and help us. Hello again. This is Stephen Welsh, President of the International Chiropractic Association, with your daily message for Thursday, May 7th. Yesterday, I threw down the BS flag for the second time. It went to the FDA for issuing an unnecessary warning based upon reports in the media without verifying the science behind the claims. Today, we call BS on the recent ruling of the IRS regarding the Paycheck Protection Program. You see, on Friday, the Internal Revenue Service issued notice 2020-32, and they announced that businesses will not be able to claim a deduction for expenses paid with their PPP loan proceeds to the extent that that loan is forgiven. You see, the IRS has decided that because the forgiven loan proceeds will not be included in taxable income, well, then the expenses paid with those proceeds should not be deductible to the business. Well, what does that mean? It means that the IRS has decided to nullify the major selling point of the PP program. You remember the much promoted loan forgiveness provisions that would effectively convert the loan to a tax-free grant? Well, let me explain. Normally, a loan is not income. When you borrow the money, what you borrow is not counted as income, but what you spend it on can be business expenses, and those expenses are tax deductible. What the IRS ruling effectively does is equate that loan to income. You see, whether you count the dollars as income and deduct the expenses, or you don't count it as income and don't deduct the expenses, the bottom line is the same. So there'll be no tax-free grant as promised. So what we now have is a ruling from a group of regulators. Now, they're just doing their job, but in doing so, they're negating the intent of the law. Another example of how regulations are being used by unelected officials to thwart the intentions of the laws that are passed by those who we can remove from office on election day. Now, here's the good news, is that as a group of senators who have already reacted to this BS ruling from the IRS and have introduced legislation to enable small businesses to deduct their expenses even if their loan was forgiven. It's Senate Bill 3596. It was introduced on Monday, the first business day after the announcement from the IRS. Now, I'd like to think that this is a bill that everybody should be able to support. Now, during this past week, I have been contacted by chiropractors from around the world with expressions of appreciation and support for the ICA, its messaging, and the work we are all doing to support our doctors and their patients during this time of unnecessary panic. Now, meanwhile, if you have any questions related to this crisis, you can send them to me directly at swelsh@mindspring.com. I'll spell it, SWELSH @MINDSPRING.com. Now, please put ICA COVID question in the subject field so it just doesn't get thrown out with all the junk email I get. Now, your question just might get answered during one of my future messages. Well, that's my update for today. Please be sure to visit the ICA COVID resource page. That new IRS guidance is there for you to review. And please check in tomorrow for another inspirational message from ICA Vice President, Dr. Selena Sigafus Jackson. Now, I'll be back on Monday, and I'm going to let you know I'll be throwing the first double BS flag, and then we're going to discuss the 6 most dangerous words in research. Now, meanwhile, please reach out and connect with the ICA. We are here for you to help you and to help you help your patients, because they need the reassurance that there is no need for mass panic. And don't forget, you are their beacon of hope. And remember, we will get through these challenging times, and we will come back stronger than ever. And we will do it by working together. Thank you.